It was a cold evening when we first spotted her. She was a tiny, frail kitten, sitting all alone in a dark corner of the street. Her body was trembling, her eyes watery, and her soft meows barely audible. Her ribs were visible under her thin fur, but her belly was oddly swollen, a sign that something was seriously wrong. She was scared, weak, and in pain, and we knew we had to help her immediately. We gently wrapped her in a soft towel and placed her in a carrier, whispering comforting words as we rushed her to the nearest vet. She looked at us with eyes filled with fear and confusion, and our hearts broke seeing her in such a state. The journey to the vet felt like an eternity, and all we could think about was saving this little life. When we arrived at the clinic, the vet quickly assessed her condition. She lay motionless on the examination table, her swollen belly looking even more alarming under the bright lights. The vet's expression turned serious as they gently pressed on her abdomen. The kitten let out a sharp cry, and we could feel the tension in the room. After a series of examinations, the vet delivered the diagnosis. She had a severe case of intestinal worms. The parasites had been feeding off her tiny body, leaving her weak and malnourished. If left untreated, this could have been fatal. The vet immediately began treatment, administering deworming medicine to expel the worms. What happened next was horrifying. Her tiny body began releasing countless worms, a sight that was both shocking and heartbreaking. These parasites had been stealing her nutrients and making her life unbearable. We could only imagine the pain and discomfort she must have been enduring for so long. The vet explained that this was one of the worst cases they had seen, but thankfully, we had brought her in just in time. After the initial treatment, the road to recovery began. The kitten was dehydrated and severely underweight, so the vet provided fluids and supplements to stabilize her condition. We brought her home, determined to give her all the care and love she needed to heal. Her first meal was a small bowl of soft kitten food mixed with nutrients. She struggled to eat, taking only a few bites before collapsing from exhaustion. It was a heartbreaking sight, but we were determined not to give up on her. The nights were the hardest. She would wake up crying, her little body still weak and fighting to recover. We stayed by her side, gently stroking her and making sure she felt safe. There were moments when her breathing seemed labored, and we feared the worst. But this tiny warrior had a will to live that inspired us to keep going. Day by day, she began to show signs of improvement. Her eyes started to brighten, and her movements became a little more energetic. The swelling in her belly gradually subsided as the worms were completely eliminated from her system. We cheered every small milestone she achieved, from finishing her first full meal to taking her first few playful steps. As the weeks passed, her transformation was nothing short of miraculous. Her once thin and matted fur became soft and fluffy. Her fragile body grew stronger, and her personality began to shine. She loved chasing after toy mice and batting at feathers, her playful energy a stark contrast to the weak kitten we had first found. She would purr loudly whenever we held her, as if to say thank you for giving her a second chance at life. Looking at her now, it's hard to believe she is the same kitten we rescued that cold evening. From a frail, worm-infested baby to a thriving, happy companion, her journey has been an incredible one. She taught us the true meaning of resilience and the power of love and care. Every animal deserves a chance at life, just like this little one. If you ever come across a kitten in need, don't hesitate to step in and help. Together, we can make a difference and give these innocent lives the love and care they deserve.